Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video today we'll be creating a simple filter search bar with React and Tailwind CSS. So whenever I search any items, it will filter the items out. So if you really want to learn how I created this, so let's dive into the video. The npm is right at least then I'm going to click on enter. So this actually because I already have the file there, so I'm going to ignore the file and continue. So the package name, let's do digital signal. This is signal. We are going to use the React framework and then JavaScript and then click on this to install interface. Packages has been installed, so let's review. So let's copy this link and then come back to our Chrome browser and then save the link over our Tailwind CSS package. So let's come over to this page. Let's call this server. So let's come over to this Tailwind CSS website. So we are going to copy the install link. Let's copy this and come back to our page. So here we are going to paste the npm install Tailwind CSS and then click on it. useState icon to so click on npm add useState React. So that's been installed. So let's click on let's type npm on desk. So that will run the server. So and then let's move to the next step. Why for this Tailwind CSS installment. So we copy this import and then come over to our y.conv. So after this React import we are going to paste that and then after this login we are going to come over to this page and then copy this line. We are going to paste it right here and then save that. So violate at the code. Then let's come to the index.css. Open this first folder, SRC folder, and then this index folder. We are going to clear this existing code and then come over to this place and then copy this import line and then paste it here. So our CSS has been installed. So now let's clear the default code. So we are going to delete this app.css because we don't need the app.css. We are only using Tailwind in this project. So and then this app.css, we are going to clear the code there. So we are going to use the preset rfc so and then so over here let's clear this Now let's create a component. Let's delete this default image. Inside this asset folder, we are going to create a folder named component. Inside the component, we are going to have the file. We are going to name the file search.json. So let's mount this search into this app.json over here. So let's run the server, so that will be npm run. Let's open the console. So we have the search there already. So now let's start the styling. So in this search, so we are going to first already have the items listed here. So I'm going to copy it from this folder and then send it to this list. So these are the list of the items we are going to use for the page. So now let's create the UI. So over here we are going to have a div that will contain the search bar. Over here we are going to have the icon, which is search. I'm going to have the search icon, and then we are going to have the input, which is search, and the placeholder search. So in this we put, so over here after this items list, so let's create a useState. So that will be count. So that will be query and first query. So that will be useState. So let's use an empty thing. So over here we are going to add the unchanged. So that will be the function, reverse function. That will be first query. We use the a.target value. So in the value, we are going to add the query. So that's that. So now let's start the search bar. So let me give the entire page. So let's start the entire page with while let's add the pg of with 800 and the text flex column. We have the justify filter item filter. I have the text of white. So now like this we are going to have the entire stuff in the center of the page. So as you can see, already in the center of the page, but the height of the page is, so let's add the mean height. Over, let's add the mean height of 3. Let's come back to the page. So now we already have the entire page. Now let's add this search bar. So over here, let's add the class name. Let's item center overflow within, and then the background to be the white, and then the border, the rounded. Let me just try the LG. So to this icon, I'm going to give it a style. So let me give it the last name. Let me give it the text color. The text group. We need to play 500. So why let me have the size. Give it guys 20, and then for this input, let me add the class name to be select 1. Over here, let me add the height and the width. Here, let me add the height of 10 and the width of, let me use the width of 30. 30. Let me use the width of 40. Let's try 40. Okay, the 40 is also not okay. Let me just write half of the page. So now we already have the sidebar. So now let's make everything visible. So over here, let's add the padding of 10 pixels. Over here, let's add the height of foot, and the text color will be grade 500. Now over here, let's add the gap of 10 pixels. Now let's move the outline whenever we click on the, so whenever the sidebar is on focus. So over here, let's add the outline 0. So now we don't have any outline. So now let's leave the item below the sidebar. So let's come over to this. After this sidebar div, I'm going to create another div. Inside the div, you are going to have the map. So before that, let's create the filter. So here, let's add the const filter equals to, so that will be the items. I mean the items we want to display. So filter. So and then we are going to have a function to be the item. Yes, we are going to have the function. So over here we are going to have the items item dot lowercase. So as that down dot include the that will be the that query. I mean the query that will be the query dot the lowercase. So that's that. Let's say so over here we are going to map the items. I mean the footer. So over here let's add the calligraphy and then the footer dot map. We are going to use the index. Over here we are going to add the I. So and then we are going to have the function. Over here we are going to have the div. We are going to have the div. So the div we have the key of I. Inside the div we are going to map out the item that only the so let's make it a key tag. So we are going to have the key tag. So over here let's add the I and then let's add the item. Over here let's add the item. So let's see and come to the website. So we already have the so this is just looking at the number. We're supposed to look at this over here. So that is what to do. I don't know. So this is that. The item. Let's use the key. So now we already have the list of the item. So let's make it look perfect. So over here, let's add the class. Let's add the VG. The VG should be white, and then the text gray. Let's use 500, and the width. Let's use the app, the page, and then the rounded LG. So now let's add some padding. Let's add some padding of 10 pixels and then some margin Y of 10 pixels. So and then let's add the flex column, the gap of 10 pixels. So let's add the height. Let's add the height of let me just maybe I guess it will be 40. So let me use 8. Let me just add the overflow. So it's overflow scroll. Let me come back to the page. So as you can see, we already have the item. Yeah. So now let's start the tag. So over here, let's add the class name. Let's add the text, video, let's add the font, video, the text, grade, 800, let's get. So let's add the cursor pointer. Let's add the over effect. So over, let's add the BG of white. Let's add the BG of gray. 200. And let's add the transition. So now let's make over. So over here, let's add the padding. Then rounded. Let's take um so over here, let me copy this flag to this gap. So let me cut it. So let me add the class name here, and then add it over there. So now it's already looking good. So now when we start any items with the React, can you see it's already filtering the item. So let me over here, let me add the mask eye. So let me start anything. So now it's already looking nice. So this is how to create a star, just a 60 star sidebar. So if this video really helped you a lot, kindly like the video and subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.